Hello everyone, thank you so much for tuning in. My name is Ronkela Wan, and if you haven't already done so, don't forget to subscribe, share, hit that like button, and leave a comment. I love reading your comments. Should you ever give up? When should you quit? Should you quit? Someone recently asked me that question on Twitter, and it made me think. My initial reaction was, of course you should never quit. Keep going. But then I also realized, even in that response, that I had another way of thinking, and I wanted to discuss that way of thinking in this video. I want us to really consider all of the reasons why we consider quitting, why we want to give up, okay? And why sometimes actually giving up is actually an option. And when I say giving up is an option, I don't actually mean giving up on yourself, and I don't mean giving up on your dream. What I mean is giving up on perhaps the habits that are stopping you from fulfilling your true purpose, the habits that are stopping you from actually being productive, the habits and the mindset that are stopping you from actually looking at things pragmatically and looking at things realistically. Now, I think we all deserve, to win at life, and I think that we all have something that's in us that enables us to dream big, and we deserve to dream big. I think if you dream big, what are you doing beyond dreaming? Hopefully you're working towards manifesting those dreams into life. That you're doing the work to make sure whatever it is that you want in your life will be made real, that will come to life, right? But some of us get worked up in the vision of the dream, right? We get worked up in the vision of how the dream should look. Sometimes the dream doesn't always look in real life as we think it should feel, should look for us. Now, you may not completely get what I'm trying to say right now, because I think a lot of us are caught up in this, positive mindset trap. And I say it's a trap because if we don't recognize it in life, sometimes negative things will come, and we have to deal with those negative things. We have to deal with the emotions of those negative things. What we'll tend to do is we'll keep working on it, so much so that when it comes to a point that our breakthrough isn't coming, we guilt ourselves, right? We make ourselves feel guilty for that desire to give up or that desire to quit. And it's natural when you're doing the work. Now, I'm assuming that you're actually doing the work. Some of us aren't being honest. Some of us are looking at, the ideals and the dreams, and we want this, and we do our, we visualize what we want, but we're not doing the work to make sure that our dreams are going to come true. And ultimately, the only way our dreams are going to come true is if you're doing the work, you're networking, you're building the right relationships, you're being productive, okay? There will be times when things are tough. There's so many variables in life. The world unfortunately isn't some ideal space, right? Where everything that we want comes to us like that. So you have to recognize that. What is it you're doing? The why? When you're working towards your goal and it gets to that point where you feel like you want to give up, when things aren't happening, what is it that you're doing? Why are you not making that transition? And it may not be your fault. It could just be the space that you find yourself in. It could be the environment, other people. Sometimes that's life. Other people can really have a negative impact or a positive impact on your direction in life. Sometimes you may not have the capacity for failure or mistakes you make. Along the way, there's going to be times where you're really going to be tested, and that's where the feeling of giving up keeps coming up and keeps coming to the forefront. And I think we've got to figure out when do we quit? And I don't, it makes me feel uncomfortable. Again, it's a conditioning. When do we give up? When do we find another way? So how do you find another way to accomplish your goal? Sometimes it's the way in which you're trying to achieve your goals and achieve your dreams that's the wrong way of doing it, or the thing that's not in alignment. It's the thing that's blocking you, actually. And like I said, I kind of use some of those words, like your environment, the people you're surrounding yourself with. Your inability to actually deal with your failures in a way that allows you know, your natural emotion, spiritual reaction to just be. You know, sometimes we resist that urge and we're constantly on this positive, yes, this is the best, keep going. We're not allowing the flow of life to really just let ourselves be who we need to be, right? And that's why when it comes to giving up and quitting, you feel guilty and you kind of feel like, oh my God, I'm a failure. And it's a cycle. Where actually, if something goes wrong, it's your time to learn, grow, and reevaluate, reassess your steps to your goals, towards your dream, right? So whilst I don't want you to give up and quit on the dream itself, what I want you to consider is maybe it's okay to give up on the way you're working towards that dream. Perhaps there's some habits that you've found yourself in that are probably not the right habits, right? Perhaps it's the fact that you really need to start doing the work in other areas, building the right relationships, looking at how your methods. Are you busy or you're productive? Are you being busy or you're being productive? Being productive is what's going to get you to where you need to get to. Also, when you're feeling tired, sometimes this desire to quit is just your body telling you, your spirit telling you need a break. You deserve a break. You know, you don't have to work for 20 hours and only sleep for 4. Sleep, rest, relax. You know, have some downtime. Sometimes that feeling, when you've recuperated and really allowed yourself to kind of re-energize, reassess, that feeling of wanting to quit or give up, that desire can take another formation. You can reshape and really turn into something else, and ultimately your goal, your dream will still be the same. And actually, when people talk in another video, maybe you will want to change your dream, your goal. But for now, let's focus on that ultimate dream and the vision for your life. Really don't feel guilty if you're having those feelings of giving up and quitting, and actually assess what it is that's going wrong and how you can improve, or what needs to improve around you, what needs to change, what needs to be removed, what needs to be added into your life to make sure that you're living your best life. I guess that's I don't want to be cheesy, but that's ultimately what we want from you, so that when you get those feelings, you can keep going in the right direction for you. So leave a comment, leave a question, share, and thank you so much for tuning in, guys. Take care.